Okay, so I thought that some of the importance of chapter 1 was critical thinking, like, altogether, the methods, steps, how to make legal reasoning come alive, and applying it. So, critical thinking skills guides legal analysis and business leadership. It helps in legal reasoning and helps form judgment about the quality of links between reasons and conclusions. The steps are the facts and issues, the reasons and conclusions, relevant rule of law, ambiguity, primary ethical norms, and analogies and missing information. When using critical thinking to make your legal reasoning come alive, it's important to have the conclusions based on actual reasoning and having the legal reasoning focusing on the factual situation that stimulated the disagreement between the two parties. When applying the critical thinking approach, it's important to use a systematic approach to apply the steps of legal reasoning to all cases and ask good questions in other contexts. Okay, so the next chapter is chapter 2, and I thought that some of the important parts of chapter 2 were the legal environment of business and law and jurisprudence, the sources of law, classifications of law, and the global dimensions. So, legal environment of business is a study of legal reasoning, critical thinking skills, ethical norms, schools of ethical thought that interact with the law. The schools of jurisprudence there's multiple. So there's nature law school, sociological school, critical legal studies, law and economics school, positivist school, feminist school, and American realist school. The sources of law in the U.S. are the legislative branch, which creates the laws, the judicial branch, which interprets the laws, and the executive branch, which enforces the law. And then administrative genus, which is the federal regulatory agencies. Classification of the law, the statutory law, which is made by the legislative branch, case law, which results in judicial interpretations, criminal law, which is composed of federal state status prohibiting wrongful conduct ranging from murder to fraud, civil law, which governs between two private parties, public law, which deals with relationships of government to individual citizens, private law, which deals with the enforcement of private duties, substantive law, which creates and regulates legal rights, procedural law, which helps to obtain remedy in a court, and cyber law, which is a new form of communication online. Going into business, it's important to know these laws and to have a general understanding of them. Then the global dimension of the legal environment of business is trade treaties to make these important to U.S. firms, and it impacts the decision-making on legal, financial, economic, and ethical variables.